Live exemplarily, love authentically, and lead relationally. Live, love, lead. This is the Inspired Family Leader Program with Samuel A. Bakutana, your host, a certified executive coach, an award-winning leadership consultant, a global speaker and author, CEO of Inspired Leaders International, and president of Fathers Union in Uganda. What a blessing to have you here today. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching us from around the world. The Inspired Family Leader Program is here to equip, challenge, empower, inspire men particularly so that they can expand their family leadership capacity for national transformation. When the family is strong, the nation grows. When the family is down, the nation is finished. So you're very welcome. In case your husband hasn't yet sat down in the sitting room and he's still in the bedroom, just rush and tell him it's your time. My darling, come by, come along, come and sit down. If it's your son and your son is still far away, call him to come by. If it's your neighbor, your in-laws and outlaws that are male, your relatives and absolutes, call everybody. Let them tune in right now as we talk about a unique topic today with unique guests today. It's going to be unique impact in your life and in your family this wonderful time. If you are a father, do you know what your children expect from you? Do you know what they wish you knew? Well, today it's not going to be guesswork. You are going to get some hints, some tips. You're going to get what in secondary school we used to call some interesting name, you know, that thing that they give you when you are going for that exam and they tell you those where the answers are. Today you have the answers in the studio. Our topic is what young people wish fathers knew. What young people wish fathers knew. And to take us through this conversation are two awesome guests, my friends, my young sisters. None other than Loyce, Vania, Nakanzi, just on the right side, and then also Ritah Mahoro immediately next to me. My friends, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How have you been, Ritah?
I've been well.
You got lost from me. I don't know where you have been and what you've been doing. It's been quite some time.
I've been wonderful,
yes.
Awesome, amazing. I've been well. I've
yes.
been running around with life.
You became a celeb. Now I only see you online.
I am definitely a celebrity.
You see?
Yeah.
There you are. Loyce, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm doing well.
If we can call what I told Ritah an accusation, you should also plead guilty to the same. Long time.
I wouldn't plead guilty until as charged.
You talk like a lawyer. Go right ahead and introduce yourself, Loyce, to our viewers.
Thank you. My name is Loyce Nakanzi, and I am a lawyer. I work with Citadel Advocates currently. I love Jesus. I also serve the Lord. Thank you.
What a joy to have you here today on the program.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, Ritah,
yes, please.
Introduce yourself to our viewers.
My name is Mahoro, beautiful Ritah.
I had never heard of that middle name. I'm hearing it for the first time. You only say it when you're on air.
No, it's my name.
Ritah, beautiful Mahoro. Interesting.
Yes. I am a salesperson. I'm a consultant. I work with a company called EBC. It's a consulting firm, and I am a salesperson. I am a CEO. I own a business.
Yes.
I sell bed sheets, beddings of all kinds, and I sell them online and everywhere you want them, we get them
I'm going to send you an invoice for the Kalamo.
Please do.
It's good to have you here, Ritah.
I am born again.
Yes.
And I can't wait to share with you.
Amazing.
Yes.
It's a joy to have both of you here because both of you are my awesome friends and we've known each other for quite some time. And it's a pleasure to host you this wonderful evening.
It's a pleasure to have you, Uncle Sam. It's okay to call you Uncle Sam.
Please go right ahead because that's what you've always called me.
Yes.
So feel free. Let's keep it conversational.
Okay, right.
So, you know, this is a leadership program. Just that it focuses on leading families. Because, you know, leadership cuts across. It can be leadership in the media, it can be leadership in the legal fraternity. Yesterday I was an MC at a book launch of Principal Judge, Honorable Justice Yorokamba Mwine, and the leadership can be expressed in the legal fraternity, leadership can be expressed in faith, religion, church, business, politics and governance,
Yes,
education, but also it can be expressed in the family, the way a family is led.
Yeah.
So let's begin from that point. In your own words, no dictionary the definitions and you know, complicating stuff. Just keep it simple. In your own words, Rita, what would you say leadership is?
Leadership. In the general perspective of what a leader is.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, leadership is an act of influencing and serving other people to accomplish the work of Christ.
Wow. An act of influencing, serving
to
other people. Yes.
To fulfill the work of Christ.
To fulfill the work of Christ.
Yes.
So are you saying every leader has to be fulfilling the work of somebody called Christ?
Every leader does.
Every leader does?
Yeah, a certain way.
Okay.
Every leader.
Really?
Because, yeah, when God created us, He put us on the earth.
Yes.
To go and fulfill the world.
Yes.
To lead
Yes.
something. To lead a family.
Yes.
To lead into a business. You're fulfilling your purpose on earth. You are a leader a certain way. Doesn't
Yes.
matter your age. You're fulfilling the work of Christ. Because the Bible says we are co-workers.
Yes.
We are co-heirs of the kingdom.
Yes.
We are all working. We are all veined somewhere, leading to something.
Yes.
So I feel like a leader is someone that is working towards the fulfilling the purpose of Christ on
Yes.
earth.
Interesting.
That is-
Interesting. I don't know whether my Muslim viewers agree with you when you tie leadership to Christ.
Well,
because they are viewing, including a number of I don't know whether they are okay being called pagans, but if they don't believe in any religion, then probably we could call them that.
Well,
including those that don't, they are called atheists. They don't believe there is even a God. So are you saying they can't be leaders
They
because they
already
don't have a
leaders.
relationship with Christ?
they don't have to have a relationship with Christ.
Yes.
They're already here on earth.
Yes.
Did they create themselves?
I don't think
No.
so.
Someone created them.
They
They
believe
have
the,
a purpose.
The Big Bang created
Yes.
them.
Okay,
Big Bang.
created you. Why are you here? What is your purpose here?
Yes.
Yeah? You're still accomplishing an unfinished business.
Yes.
You're leading to somewhere.
Yes.
So you're leading something already.
You can actually fulfill the work of Christ without knowing it is Christ's work you are fulfilling.
Thank
But
you.
you are leading
Thank-
because you are taking the action of influencing others.
Thank you. You're influencing.
Beautiful.
could be
Work
God.
becomes easier when I host intelligent people.
It could be God. I don't know, Muslims call them Allah.
Yes.
Yeah? Whatever you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
You're influencing.
Yes.
You're serving. That is exactly what Christ did.
Yes.
He came, okay, God served us.
Yes.
And we are here literally to fulfill his purpose. What is your joy?
We live for him.
Exactly.
Okay.
For the atheist, please remember you are still fulfilling the purpose of God here.
Okay.
It doesn't matter whether you don't, big bang, no big bang, you are.
Big bang, small bang, you are here for God.
For God.
I love this. Loyce, what would you say? What would you say leadership is to you?
To me, leadership is service, and service with integrity.
Okay.
Yes.
Leadership is service and service with integrity.
Yes.
Would that therefore imply that if I'm serving but not with integrity, I am not a leader?
That is not true leadership. To me, that is not true leadership, because I feel you need to be able to genuinely give in yourself.
Yes, yes.
And serve diligently.
Yes.
And inspire others as well to grow. So you don't just be a leader, sit there, give orders, and tell us to do this, do that.
And you do
But then
something else.
Yes, perhaps you also do something else, and that will not inspire us if you're doing something else
Yeah.
as well. So you
Okay.
need to be a leader
Mm-hmm.
who's willing to serve others
Yeah.
with truth.
Mm-hmm.
And then you should also be optimistic, confident, because that you'll be an example to others. So you're a leader, being an example, and also doing it in truth.
Your answer gives me a lot of hope. Hope in this country.
I know.
Your answer gives me a lot of hope. So now when you look at the answers you've given concerning what leadership is, let's now do what in history we used to call the transfer of knowledge. So now that is what leadership is, what would you say family leadership is, Loyce, in that case?
Okay. To me, family leadership, a family involves the children, their parents, and probably the extended family, depending on how big a family is. So usually the example we have of a leader in a family is a father.
Yes.
Though I feel both parents are leaders in the family and the examples to the children.
Yes, there is only a head of the leadership team.
Okay, that is a debate for another time. Yes, but as family leadership involves inspiring your children and helping them to shape their future. So the things you do as a parent, because remember, there is a common saying that charity begins at home.
That's why I married her. She's at home. My wife Charity.
Yes, charity begins at home. So what you show your children is what they're going to follow, and it's what they're going to do.
Yes.
So family leadership also, you started with something about having a strong family means there's going to be a stronger nation. Yes, so as parents, if you're a good example to the children, you do the right thing, even amidst opposition, because there'll always be opposition in families.
Oh, there is even a leader of opposition, I'm told, these days.
Yeah, there is.
And many times it's a female.
No.
Yeah.
Being a leader of opposition against the family head.
No, it's two. It can be both.
Okay.
Yes.
But how can the ruling government be the opposition? Because if you have the father as the head of the family, then definitely he can't be the leader of opposition, can he?
He can.
Okay.
Yes.
He can.
He can.
I think that's one of the things you wish fathers would know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
True.
So, would you want to add something to that? How you would define family leadership in your own words?
Family leadership is, for me, like Loyce, I would say, as we've grown up, African way, the God's way, the Bible way, or Muslim way is that we all know that we are paternal. Family is a paternal kind of thing. Institution. Where we fall by the father's side. So our fathers are always the head of the home, regardless of the new things that have come into, where we have to have quality, inequality, and all, where we have to be of the same level, but it all remains. Abraham was the head of his family. God is the head. Our fathers are always the head of our families. So we fall like that. We know them.
Yes.
That way, apart from these days that it has changed a bit.
A bit, eh?
Yeah, it has changed the other way.
Yes.
But we only pray that it could go back to us believing that our fathers are the head of the home.
Okay.
The fathers are the heads, and we see them that way.
Yes.
It's just that generations have changed, things are changing, and fathers have turned away from that responsibility of that they are the heads.
Some fathers.
Oh, yes, some fathers.
Yes.
And some fathers have turned away from their responsibility of being the head of the home. And they assume that now we can all head homes. It's definitely true. Women have turned out to be like that. But I wish fathers knew. Okay, no. Yes.
We are going ahead of ourselves.
I know.
That's why I should ask at this moment. What do young people in your circles love to do, to be, or to have? Let's begin from there.
What do they love to do?
Yeah. When you look around and you see young people in your circles, what are some of the things they prefer? In other words, what do they love to do? What do they love to have? Who do they love to be?
To be in what sense?
General life. Yes.
Okay,
Loyce, would you like to take it on? Yes.
Young people. Okay, currently, when you look at the current trends, they love to take on new opportunities.
Yes.
They're always curious to see what's new, what's coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and they love to take it on,
Mm-hmm.
not just as fashion trends, but also in terms of career-wise. They want to learn new things. They always want to go an extra mile and
Yes.
explore,
Mm-hmm.
if I can use that.
Mm.
Yes, so that's what they always look out for.
Mm-hmm.
And also because they have a desire to grow. As young people, you want to grow, you want to become someone better
Yes.
in your life and knowledge as well.
Mm.
And then usually the end goal is, I want to have a good life
Mhm.
at some day. So that's why
Mm.
they're always curious to
Yes.
see to explore the different things that can better their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Curious. What's out there? Adventurous. Being adventurous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying out stuff.
And that's a good thing. So we
Mm.
can't say it's something bad.
Yes.
That's a good thing. What they would love to have,
Yeah.
they would love to have the big cars, the
Mhm.
money,
Mhm.
all those good things.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah, that curiosity is good. Though somebody said curiosity killed a cat. I don't know why they said that. I think
it must be with purpose. You don't
Yes.
just be curious and
Ah.
fall into things you don't understand.
Yes.
Yes, you
Purposeful curiosity is
True.
what.
should. True.
Okay. Rita, would you like to add something to that?
What young
What,
people
what
would
do
want-
the young people in your circles love to have, to be, to do?
To be, to do, to be the
Mhm.
best they can be out there.
Is that so?
Yeah. They want to be the best fathers, the best business people, the best marriages, the best ministries,
Yes.
the best people to serve.
Mhm.
They want to explore.
Mm.
They want, what do they want? They want the big things of life. Like young people dream of tomorrow morning,
Yes.
I will wake up as Sudil
Uh-huh.
of this world.
I talked about that today in PAYSCO. I was speaking at PAYSCO, the provincial annual students and the children's convention that is happening in Mkono. And I talked about the issue of the law of process. You know, you just sleep this
It doesn't
evening
take a
and then
day.
and then you want to wake up when you are Esdir Pareria, the richest man. Oh my magic wand you
You
Yeah,
have to prepare
tomorrow.
to become the studio.
Tomorrow,
Don't just wake up
young
and say,
people will
"I
love
want
those
to
things
become
of, let me tell you.
Yes.
Me, I am going to be Studil.
Uh-huh.
This Studil you see here, Elon Musk is just the big, I want to be Elon Musk.
Yes, Sudhir is a
Tiny one. Elon, can't you see? Like, they have the big visions.
Yes.
The big things.
But not the big how.
Okay, the generations have changed, the things have, trends change, that the young people that we have today don't want the how. They want to be there.
The what? They want the what?
To be there. And then the fathers of now don't show the how.
Yes.
They don't guide the young.
They don't show
Young
the
people.
how. And then also, like the Bible says, you will leave an inheritance for your
Yes.
children's children.
Yes, that the righteous man
man
leaves an inheritance for his children's children.
And the fathers of today
Yes.
are not doing that.
Yes.
They're not leaving an inheritance for their children's children. They
But some are leaving the inheritance like of poverty, debt.
Thank you, Uncle Sam.
But you know these are realities.
Another thing they want to be,
Eh.
they want to have the big cars,
Yes.
a big house, a good life.
Yeah.
You know how you sit and you're like, yo, the Bentley is mine.
Yeah.
Glory to God.
Hallelujah. The Rolls Royce.
Like Uganda is, like what they want Uganda as America.
In one day.
Thank you.
Wow. I wish that would happen that way. So let's go to the very gist of the conversation, really. In your view, Loyce, what do young people wish their fathers knew?
Wow.
Let now the rubber hit the road.
Indeed.
Okay, young people wish their fathers got to know that they also have views.
Yes.
They have something to share about certain topics in relation to the family. Let's say, what's the common thing they do? Okay, let's say we need to probably sell a house and then buy a new house. I feel I need to be in the conversation. I need to be in the conversation. You don't just wake up and do things.
You don't wake up and say, hey, Loyce, pack your things, we are going.
Okay, I think that's even broad.
Yes.
But even the little things, like you need to listen to me, know my views, know what I have to say about a certain topic at home. Yes. So young people feel that their fathers should actually learn to listen to them. I think that's one of the things.
Yes. Awesome. Before you go to the next one, let me hear one from Rita. What do young people wish their fathers knew?
Okay, let me represent the young people, and I speak for myself first.
Yes.
I would say, do you know the saying that goes, it's a bad saying, or then a bad child, is for the mother.
Like a bad child brings abuse to the mother. Yes.
And then the good child brings praise to the father. I want to tell the fathers.
Tell them.
I want to tell you, dear fathers, that actually a bad child means you have failed.
Yes.
That actually echane chibi in Luganda chivumaganye njuyo.
So the bad child brings bad reputation to the
household. To the household. And who heads that household? You. The mother.
Of course, when it's a bad child, you would say the man heads the family.
Yeah,
but when it's a good thing, we'll say the woman who heads the family.
You see, when you go out there, they say, when it's a good child, they say, "Oh, your mwana wa chitawe, mwana wa chitawe." That's your father's.
He resembles the father.
Your father's son.
Yes.
Your father's son. When it's not a good child, they say, "Oh, your mwana wa gundi." They don't attach the praise of, "This is your father's son."
Yes.
But when you're achieving, when you're getting your goals done, you're your father's daughter, you're your father's son. I want to tell you today, fathers, that you're the head of the household. And when you fail, it comes through your children. How do you know that you have failed? When your children are doing contrary to what you are. If you're a good father, your children should reflect that.
And if I'm a
bad father, it will come through your child, because that is how you have led. For example, I'll give an example of street children.
Yes.
Sit down and have a conversation with them. You'll find that it's actually the father that has failed somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. As a mother, I am created to discipline this child, do this, make them go right. Yeah, like it's a kind of instinct that if this child does something wrong, I would automatically react to, why did you do this?
Yes.
Do it this way.
Yes.
And then
as you nurture
them. To nurture them. But you, as a father, you are meant to direct this child.
To train them.
Train them in the way of God. Training comes through the father.
Yes.
But as a girl child, I'll say that, I'll speak for myself. My father was not there, but my mom was present to be father and dad.
When you say my father was not there, what?
Not available.
Okay.
Train the child. For him, it was give orders, not train. That is, I wish fathers knew that if we fail, we are failing you and your entire household.
Yes.
Let's Uncle Sam's household is the Bakuntanas. If one Bakuntana doesn't pray, it is the Bakuntana's household
that doesn't pray.
Yeah. Not Mrs. Charity's household.
Talk to me.
Not Charity's household.
Yes.
Banyu Njaga. Or they are spoiled brats. Or they are failed.
Yes.
No. Mr. Bakuntana's household has this thief. So I wish fathers knew
God
that.
God forbid the Bakutana.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I wish fathers knew that. God forbid. I wish fathers knew that. That is an old saying.
Actually, it's not an old saying. It's a biblical saying, interestingly.
Yeah, but it's no longer like that. Household you.
Yeah. Wow. Loyce, take it on from there. That's where the rubber hits the road. We are now on the gist of the matter. What do young people wish their fathers would know?
Young people also get stressed.
Yeah.
However young they are, because there's so many pressures currently.
Yeah.
And if only our fathers knew that, it would be an opportunity for them to engage with the young people and counsel them, talk to them, speak into their lives, because there are so many pressures that they have that they are in the world currently.
And I somehow feel that there are probably many more pressures and stresses that the young people these days are facing than when their fathers and mothers were young, their time.
Yes, sure, that is true.
Yeah.
Yes, and as a family leader, you need to know that the things are dynamic. Things keep changing every day. So you're not going to nurture your children the way you were nurtured previously. So there are so many new things that are coming up for the children, probably things that weren't there at your time.
Yeah.
That's why you need to understand the stresses that the young people go through.
I think you young people, you should organize seminars to train us, your fathers,
Yeah,
on the new things that you are encountering that we don't know that we never went through.
To train one.
Well, pressure in terms of probably career.
Yes.
The education we go through, it is so stressful. Not that we are being lazy,
Yes.
but it's just being understanding. It's different because there's so much you aspire to, and probably some of the targets you aspire to are impossible. But as a young person, you don't know, so it keeps stressing you. You want to become so many things in a very short time.
Yeah.
So that pressures you a lot. So if only our fathers knew and they sit us down,
and have time
young people are ready to listen if you show them that you're understanding and you want to talk to them.
Say that again, please. Say that again. Young people are ready to listen if you...
Young people are ready to listen.
Yes.
If you show them that you're
ready to listen, to
understand them and listen to them.
Yeah.
There's one thing to listen, and there's also what we call active listening. So you might just probably listen, just leave it there. So I would think you don't care about me.
You've reminded me of a girl who said, Daddy, you see. The dad was on the laptop, said, Daddy, you see. And she was showing the dad something she had drawn, a piece of art. Say, Daddy, you see. And the dad say, yeah, talk, I'm hearing. You talk, I'm hearing. But you see, this girl did not say, Daddy, you hear or you listen. It was, Daddy, you see. So it happens.
Yes, pause what you're doing and see.
Yeah.
It makes... it's so important for example, the example of a girl child. It's so important for the girl to see that the dad takes time to see the painting probably she has made or the drawing. It makes me feel good because I'm sure my dad is going to look at it and give a comment and tell me that
I think that comment coming from a person of the opposite sex also means something special for you particularly.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
it does. Let me tell you, I wish fathers knew they are their biggest heartbreakers.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
Like
because this doesn't sound clear for me. They are the biggest heartbreakers to their children or their wives?
To their children.
Heartbreak is only in love,
it's there, but by the time you get there, your father has already disappointed you many times.
Yes.
So you're there saying, my father.
Oh.
Like this man is his father's child. So by the time the father figure in your life influences a lot. Influences a lot of you, of the kind of man you want to have. If your father was right, treated your mother right, treated you right, you listened, communicated right, like had
complimented.
Time. Exactly. Like if that child, for example, the father took time to see what it was and say, oh, beautiful, I don't need another man to actually add to it. By the time that other man comes, I already know. Take, for example, me, Mahoro. I call myself beautiful because my mother imparted it in me. Like she always called me beautiful Mahoro, my treasure. Not my father, however.
But Uncle Sam has told you that.
Exactly, many times. So I don't need approval. From the world
to seek it from the world.
Yeah, to know that I am actually beautiful.
Yes.
So, with whatever I am doing, with whatever the influence around me, I already know.
So you wish fathers knew that they are the biggest heartbreakers.
Yes. So they should take time, promise, fulfill.
Yes.
If you can't, communicate.
Yes.
how do you communicate? If you don't have money,
Yeah.
don't say sina sente,
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter. If you told me properly, in
Yes.
a proper manner, that you know, yes, I promised you this, but the finances are not there and I can't do this.
Yes.
It's rather than Tatwina sente, we don't have this. What that does is that I'll start thinking of, even when something comes up,
You won't talk probably.
kubanga I will know tatataina sente.
Yes, he
So,
doesn't listen to me, he doesn't have the
So
money.
we should
yes.
communicate and stop, especially
And
with
do you know
us
what
girls.
what that does to the young
Yes,
person?
yes, Loyce.
If you get to know that Tata innocent, the way you've said it,
Dad has no money.
dad has no money, and
All
it,
the time.
it sticks in your mind.
All the time.
All the time.
That's when you see the young people moving out
Yes.
to look for probably other people who have the money, who can
Yes.
afford the simple basics.
They wonder why this man
and then
doesn't
the fathers
have money
are
always.
affected.
Yes.
The fathers are affected. Why are they going out? Well, they should have asked me.
But
you
when they
always
asked-
don't have.
You always tell them you don't
Yes.
have.
It's a proverb in the house. No
Eh,
money is a
no
proverb
money.
in the house.
But how do you communicate your no money?
Yes.
It's not that we don't want you. You will know you don't have. We
Yes.
know we live beyond this.
Yeah.
But how are you telling us that you don't have money?
So it's not so much about what the fathers say, but how they
you
say
say it.
whatever they
Are you
say.
sure
Yes.
that you're going to make an effort
Yes.
Yes.
to
If the-
probably get the money another day? You can't say, I don't have today, but let's see how tomorrow goes.
Wow.
So you don't have to tell me plainly, no.
I hope you've been paying serious attention. This is the Inspired Family Leader Program with Samuel Bakutana, your host. Today we are talking about what young people wish their fathers knew. And in studio I have Loyce, Vania, Nakanzi, together with Ritah Mahoro. And they are seriously looking into the eyes of their fathers and telling them, number one, we wish the fathers would know that we also have views. Number two, we wish the fathers would know that a bad child does not bring a bad reputation just to the mom only, but to the whole family, the very family that you lead as the man. They wish that the fathers would know that training comes through a father, because it's nurturing that comes through the mother. Number four, they wish that you, the father, you and I, would understand that young people also get stressed. They should listen, engage, connect, counsel, mentor, train, lead. Number five, they wish that we, the fathers, would also know that the fathers are the biggest heartbreakers who promise and don't fulfill. Number six,
I wish our fathers knew that not every conversation should be about disciplining us, the young children, about rebuking us and telling us you've done this wrong, you've done that wrong. Not every conversation should be about lessons. That's one thing I wish fathers knew, because as you're disciplining the children, remember you also need to take time off to know how they are really doing. To know how your child's day was. Even if they are adults, really, you need to understand them and know how are they. How
many
are
times
they
we
doing
ask
in
them
their
and they
life.
just say, it was okay.
It's not
Yeah,
about
because that's your
asking.
relationship.
It's not about just asking, but you need to dig deep. And
How? You
allow-
dig deep
give
and
a
then
child-
you
give
now
a
say,
child-
we wish fathers would know that there are some things they shouldn't dig deep. And let us have our space.
No, you need to allow me to express myself.
Yes.
Give me room to share with you, because there are so many things that the young people are keeping to themselves, not because they want to keep them, but because they can't share them. Yes, and that's what they call a ticking
Bomb.
ticking
Time
bomb.
bomb.
Yes. Now, when you see things just happening out of the blue in your home, then that's when you get shocked. But then you had the time to remedy this and probably sit with your children, listen to them. But all the time you came back home, you're just yelling and telling them you did this wrong, you didn't do that, you didn't perform well in class.
Yes.
So not every conversation should be about
Discipline
discipline,
and
lessons. Take time off, take a break.
yes.
As
We
a
need to also
father.
have just a conversation to just laugh and crack a joke.
Yes, you can do it differently.
Time to play a ball and splash ice cream at each other and chase butterflies in the compound.
You should identify the things that you can do with your children.
Yes.
That do together, probably shared interests.
Yes. For
If
us, we do a lot of swimming, you know.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
So as you do that activity, you're engaging your children. You get to connect deeply. We are so busy, yes, looking for money,
Yes.
seeing how we can survive with our children and families. But then take a break, take time off.
But they are also so busy. The children, the young people, they're also so busy visiting friends, so busy playing games, so busy watching soccer, so busy.
Because
So we are so busy, you are so busy.
That is the relationship.
Yes. No, it's not the relationship.
That is how we have
It is the realities of the world we are now in. We are busy looking for school fees.
24 hours are many. You can take those 15 minutes.
8 we are asleep, so
exactly.
I didn't talk of 24.
It's an effort. It's an effort.
You make an effort.
Yes.
And see, okay, let's say before bedtime, before the young person or the children go to sleep.
Yeah.
Say before bedtime, we're going to sit probably, we're going to pray together. Then before the prayer, then you can throw in a conversation, discuss a few things. Then you can pray after.
Okay.
That's like 5 minutes.
Even less, probably. Who
Yes.
knows? Yeah.
So we have the time. I can't say we don't have the time.
And one thing I have found out is that when it's time for prayer, it shouldn't be the parents praying always.
Exactly.
The children should also be given an opportunity to pray.
Yes.
If not for any other reason, if not for them to also learn how to do it. But guess what? When they are praying, you get to know a lot about what is happening.
Speaking of prayer, I wish fathers knew that your relationship with God should not be transactional.
What's that about?
Like, I wish fathers knew God.
Yes.
A personal relationship with God. If your father had a personal relationship with God, it is easy to follow that way. If your father doesn't have a relationship with God, you can never know God a certain way. But if your father knows God a certain way, they influence you to know God a certain way. Like, how do you pray? Do we have time to pray? Do we have time to have conversations of the Bible? What do you think the stories on the Bible? Like, when we go to church, some parents church is like a threat. If you don't go to church,
Church is like a threat.
if you don't go to church,
You're going to see me.
If you're of this religion, if you change to this, I am not your father. I am disowning you if you're not Catholic. If I'm disowning you if you're... No. I think fathers should learn to listen and communicate a certain way, because...
I think next Saturday I should bring here fathers to tell us what they wish children would know. I think what you've just said, a father would have said, we wish you would also know how it becomes so bad when you change religion from your father's religion and you leave me.
So you see, but how do you communicate? Because some of these things, fathers just say them, but they impact our lives later in the life. Like how a parent tells you something. Like, let me give an example of myself. There's something that my father said to me, and it impacted me, and I grew up knowing that, hey, is this how it is? But my mother changed it and said, no, because for him, where he grew up, girls don't go to school. Like, when you educate a girl child, you're wasting your money because... But he said it a certain way, like it didn't matter. Like I have girls, but you know the boy children matters more. Then from then, it impacts you.
Of course it does.
It impacts you.
Because I think it communicates to you a message like, you're not that important.
And that is how the fathers of long time used to think that girls don't matter. The girls don't, like, let me educate my boy. Let me live that. But those things that you say impact the decisions we make. I want to marry a man. Is he going to be a father to me? Is he going to take, if I give birth to girl children, how is he going to? So these things keep on
and
impacting.
Guess what? Biologically, it's the man who determines the sex of the child.
So as I wish fathers knew that some things that you communicate and say impact children in their future decisions and the decisions they make, whether career, whether wife, Like, let's say a man has to choose a wife, and the father one time said, I don't want a black wife.
Yes.
You have to marry. If my children grow, I want them to only marry a mzungu, a white wife. You are speaking to a 6-year-old, 13-year-old.
It's getting registered in their mind.
You forget that we are wonderfully and beautifully made, each in their own unique way.
Yes.
If you don't want a black person, a black wife,
I want a black woman.
I want that woman.
Get your non-black one.
But remember, you've already said, so when this woman is looking for a wife, they're saying, if I take my black wife, will my father allow?
Dad wants to pay the dowry.
Exactly. I want to be a lawyer.
Yes.
My father wants to be a doctor.
Yes.
If I am a lawyer, what will my father do? So I studied to be a doctor because my father wants lawyers.
Yeah, so you wish fathers would know that some of the things they say, they have a long-lasting impact, a far-reaching influence on the children.
Thank you.
One more before we almost come to the close of this.
Our fathers should know that we are still on the road to learning.
Yes.
There is a lot to learn, and we are going to make mistakes as young people. So in our journey, as we're learning, we need to be guided rightly, so that as we encounter the challenges, make mistakes, probably get into so much trouble, there is someone that I can actually fall back to.
Yes.
Yes. Probably even at your age, as a father, you did the same. You made the same mistakes.
I'm still making a good number of them.
You should not be judging the young people.
Yes.
You should understand that they are still learning. Yes. And learning a lot.
If the fathers are not yet deputy or mighty, the children can't be on Spirit Junior.
True. That's true.
And we are important.
Fathers need to know that children are important.
We are important. We don't have to beg you. Yeah.
You're tough.
Yeah.
Ritah, you're tough.
Fathers, we are important to you. Some fathers have changed the trend to leaving their responsibilities to the wives and to the women.
And to the schools to the
and
teachers,
teachers,
to the
and government, TV.
pastors.
But we are important.
To maids.
We are important. I want you to know, fathers, that we are. You are. We are you. You are ours. Whatever mistakes, whatever we did, you are who we are who you are. Yeah.
Wow. What a wonderful conversation this evening. We need like 5 hours. Because I see the conversation has just started. I think we will need some part 2 probably. But for now, as we almost wrap this up, why do you think most fathers don't know the things you've talked about?
They don't have time.
To do what? To know them?
To know them, to learn them, to listen. They don't have time. They are not available. Fathers are not. The fathers of now are not available.
You just not found time also to tell them. Why don't you tell them? Run after him even if he's unavailable. Say, Dad, I want to talk to you. Let me tell you something.
Dear fathers, find time. You are busy looking for money. We understand. But as old as I am, 40-year-old or 30 or 20 or 6, we need available fathers.
Period. No comma.
Nothing.
And availability shouldn't be just physical. Don't just be present. Be available emotionally. Understand the child in their own perspective. Put yourself in the child's shoes. As a child, would I also have thought the same way? Then you will understand. So be available not just physically, but also emotionally. Yes.
Okay.
I don't blame fathers anyway. Sometimes.
Who do you blame? The devil.
Sometimes the devil, and sometimes
this country, the economy.
Also, our fathers, Bambi, from us that. Some of them were not taught right.
Absolutely. Most of us don't know any better.
Yes, they don't know. That's how they have brought. Yeah. So please try and error.
Yes. Let's make a trial so that we error while trying.
Exactly.
You can't error when we are not trying.
You can't.
And if you error when you are not trying, yours is a monumental error.
There are parents who have been brought up battered. So when they grow up, they are battering each and every one. That's how they know.
Yeah.
But try and be kind.
Yeah.
You are the example that you want your child to be.
Yeah. So as we close this, what do you think needs to be done for fathers and their children to now have a greater, healthier relationship? In just 1 minute.
Let the church know I want to talk to the church.
Yes.
That this is your responsibility.
What exactly is their
have
responsibility?
If the gap is widening,
Yes.
have these conversations in church. If they
Yes.
can't be had at home,
Yes.
if they can't be had anywhere else,
Organize
let's have these conversations at church.
Yeah.
Let us be, because the Bible says we can be corrected, redeemed. God is a redeemer.
Yeah.
And he corrects us because he's our Father. If God can correct, redeem, and what about you? I think you can do it.
Okay.
I think you can be corrected. We can
Yes.
be redeemed. We can hear ourselves. Let's have these debates.
Yeah.
And if they are there, and have our differences, you will know how we feel. We know how they feel,
And we find a way out to fix it.
We fix it.
Okay, what can be done, Loyce, so that fathers and children have a healthier, greater relationship going forward?
One thing, I'll talk about mutual respect. Fathers should also respect the young people. Respect is not only for the adults,
Yes.
but as you interact with the young adults, you need to show that you respect them. Then they learn it from you to also respect others and to respect you yourself. Then the other thing, the fathers should provide safe space for the children,
Especially the
or the
girls.
young people, to ensure that we actually have these conversations. Because if we just talk about having the conversation without a safe environment, create some humanure discussions with the young people.
Okay. Wow. Awesome. So it's been quite a wonderful day today on this program as we were talking about the things that the young people wish their fathers knew. They also have views about life. Get to know that young people have views about life also. Number two, know that a bad child will bring a bad reputation to you as the family head and the whole of your family, not just your wife. Number three, know that training comes through you as a father. It is nurturing that will come through the mother. So train your children. Mentor them. Guide them. Number four, know that young people also get stressed. They have stresses, and they are many. They are big. They are deep. So engage and counsel. Number five, know that fathers are the biggest heartbreakers according to our young people. We promise things that we don't fulfill. We can do better. Number six, know that not every conversation should be about, let me advise you. Sit here, I teach you a lesson. It shouldn't always be about discipline. It can be about playing together. It can be about some conversation that has just business, other things. Number seven, know that your relationship with God should not be just merely transactional. It should be transformational. And number eight, know that some things that you say are so impactful and influential in the lives of your children. You don't just speak. You've studied human resource management, you've studied financial management, you've studied many things in management. It's time to also learn mouth management. And second last, you need to know that the children are also still on the road to learning. They are going to have to make those mistakes, many of them. So be patient and guide. And finally, know that the children are also important and they don't have to be begging us to look after them, to pay their fees and so on and so forth. These are the top 10 things that the young people wish their fathers knew, according to Loyce Vania, Nakanzi of Uganda, and according to Ritah Mahoro of Uganda. Good night. Men, who are you? What do you seek to achieve in your personal life? By the way, when did you become a man? And if we talked with your wife, what would she say about you? And when your children look at you, what do they see?